Good morning, this is Steve Hakarainen, Green Haka English Classroom in Sendai, Japan. This is the second video I'm making on American English pronunciation. By the way, I'm Canadian, but most of Canada follows similar pronunciation patterns as the Americans. So that's where I'm speaking from. British English has many differences, but a lot of it is the same. Anyways, I'm continuing with sentence rhythm, and what I'm going to eventually talk about is connected speech, and that's what I'm going to focus on. And there are 6 parts of connected speech what I'm going to talk about and teach. Unfortunately, they only teach one in junior high school, and those are called contractions. Did not becomes didn't, and that's an example of connected speech. But before I go into that, I want to talk about rhythm. Rhythm, sentence stress, and intonation. Rhythm, sentence stress, and intonation. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about and mention and make sure everyone understands is the timing. The timing of English, the rhythm of English compared to other languages' rhythm. Well, let's look at Japanese. And Japanese is called a syllable timed language. Okay? It's a syllable timed language. What that means is as people speak Japanese, the timing of the language is done according to syllables. So if you think about it, you will understand. If I could say, Watashi wa hakarainen desu. Watashi wa hakarainen desu. Each syllable is basically given the same amount of time to speak that sentence. Okay? So if I drew a picture of it, I'll just use shapes because I'm not an artist. If I drew some ovals here, each oval represents a syllable. And if I ask people about Japanese, French, Cantonese, Italian, they're all syllable time languages. It's very structured. Dot 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 dot. Okay? The rhythm comes from the syllables. Okay? Now we're gonna look at English, and I know already you're thinking, how about English? Well, it's a stress timed language. So what does that mean? Well, when we speak sentences in English, we're using stress. Some words have no stress, and some words have a lot of stress, and some words have big stress, bigger stress. You know what I mean? So let me draw a picture. Maybe that's easier. So, where do you live? There's an example. Where do you live? But if I do some more shapes, maybe it looks like this. What I'm saying is that there isn't just one size. There are different sizes. These circles, these shapes have different sizes, and that the timing the rhythm of English is so different from Japanese. So the Japanese people, their ears are set for this pattern, and they cannot hear all of these small words. In English, we are using connected speech. We often connect these smaller words. So we're not speaking each word clearly, like I am now. Okay? Now when I speak to my students, I will speak each word slowly until they understand who I am, and then I can speak like a native Canadian, a Native American speaker, and I use connected speech. And that's an English rhythm. It's a stress-timed language. We are giving emphasis on these big words, on the nouns, the verbs, the question words, okay? Sometimes your adjectives. The small words, your pronouns, your modifiers, your conjunctions, okay, your prepositions, they have no stress, and they're often involved in connected speech. See, it's very difficult to hear those words. I'm going to help you be able to distinguish, and I'm going to teach you some ways the natives have developed that helps them connect these words, which is why it's quite difficult to hear perfectly American speakers or Canadians when they speak. Everyone says, well, it sounds very quick. And it does, because we are connecting. We're connecting all these small words, and it makes it sound like one big word. But I'm going to teach you how to make those connections. And by teaching you how to connect your own speech, okay, I think it will help you hear it. It will help you catch it next time you hear somebody speaking. I want you to be able to hear these. So this is an introduction on not quite connected speech. This is rhythm, okay? The difference between the timing of Japanese languages, French, Cantonese, Italian, they're syllable-timed languages, and English is a stress-timed language. Which is why when Japanese people and French people speak English, it just doesn't sound right, because they're using this timing system to speak this language. Okay? And I could continue. This video actually will let me go a little bit longer. Let's look at stress in sentences. Now, what I would like to have is a stopwatch. If you have a stopwatch, you should get it out right now, and you can test my theory. Let's get a sentence. That should be a small C. This is a sentence.